The capital of Belgium, Brussels, is a fascinating place with stunning architecture and fascinating history packed into every street and alleyway. The vibe of the city is hard to put your finger on. Sometimes it seems very business and bureaucracy focused. It is, after all, the administrative center of the EU, but at other times it feels laid back and does not take itself too seriously. Think Mannequin Piece and the comic strip center. This multi-layered atmosphere makes Brussels such a great city to visit. Today we share the top 10 best things to do in Brussels so you can plan a trip and experience all the exciting attractions and activities this beautiful city has to offer.
Starting with number 10, Grand Place.
The Grand Place in Brussels has hidden away in the center of the city, but when you enter on foot, you are guaranteed to be left amazed. At the center of the Grand Place is the beautiful 15th century City Hall, but dotted around the square, you will also be impressed by the 6 guild halls and their striking architecture. The square is worth visiting several times at different times of the day. On certain days there is a flower market in the square, and visiting at night is recommended. At number 9 is the Brussels Notre Dame du Sablon. This spectacular Gothic cathedral began life in the 14th century when the Archers Guild used it as a chapel. It was extensively expanded in the next century to the Madonna statue's popularity and supposed healing powers. The statue was allegedly stolen by a husband and wife team of thieves in a rowing boat. The statue's location is unknown, but a life-size model inside the building commemorates the story. The church's interior is breathtaking, particularly because of its marvelous stained glass. At number 8, Le Botanique. Le Botanique was historically the city's botanical garden and still attracts many guests in the modern day. The greenhouse, which dates back to the 19th century, now regularly hosts various performing arts, making the place feel like more of a cultural center than just a garden. However, if you are into greenery, the surrounding gardens are still intact and present in all their glory and make for a welcoming change of pace from the city itself. At number 7, Palais Royal. Although the royal family of Belgium now spends their lives at Laeken, the Royal Palace in Brussels remains their official residence. The palace is open for tourists in the summer months and makes a worthy addition to any itinerary while visiting the city. The most notable room in the palace has a ceiling covered in the wings of beetles, forming an oddly beautiful mosaic. The artwork, as well as the interior decor, is also as splendid as you might expect from a royal palace. At number 6 in our list, Saint-Michel Cathedral. Dedicated to St. Michael and St. Gudula, the patron saints of Brussels, this Gothic church was founded in 1225 but only completed in the 15th century. The facade is impressive, rising majestically above a broad flight of steps and crowned with twin 69-meter-high towers designed by Jan van Rysbroek. The beautifully proportioned interior, 108 meters by 50 meters, is lavishly furnished and is home to some outstanding stained glass windows created by Bernard van Orly. At number 5, Mont des Arts. The Mont des Arts was created between 1956 and 1958, occupying the elevated site between the Palais Royal and the Place de l'Albertine. The architecturally imposing complex of large buildings includes the Bibliothèque Albert I and the strikingly modern Palais de la Dynastie and Palais Congrès. A fine view of the lower central city is from the square between them. The Bibliothèque Albert I was founded during the period of Burgundian rule and comprised more than 3 million volumes together with a valuable collection of manuscripts and several interesting museums. At number 4, Atomium. Along with Mannequin Peace, the Atomium is Brussels' best-known landmark attraction. Although it's a bit of a journey by tram to get out here, the bizarre 102-meter-high steel and aluminum structure, designed by the architect André Waterkeen for the 1958 Brussels World Exhibition, is the city's most surreal sight. The building represents a molecule of iron magnified 165 million times. Today, visitors can enter the building to explore its sci-fi-style interiors. The lower spheres are home to a permanent exhibition of the structure's history. The upper sphere has incredible panoramas across the city. At number 3 in our list, Museums of Parc du Cinquantenaire. The Parc du Cinquantenaire was established in 1880 to commemorate the country's 50th anniversary. Its centerpiece is the monumental Palais du Cinquantenaire, the two wings of which, linked in 1905 by a massive triumphal arch designed by the French architect Charles Girault, house two of Brussels' most interesting museums. The Royal Art and History Museum is home to Belgium's national archaeology collections, with pieces drawn from worldwide and one of the most extensive tapestry collections in the world. At number 2, Basilique Nationale du Sacré. The Kokelberg district is dominated by the massive Basilique Nationale du Sacré, the fifth largest church in the world and the brainchild of Leopold II, begun in 1905 to mark the country's 75th anniversary. The building was only completed in 1970. Not surprisingly, it displays something of a mixture of styles, impressing nevertheless by its sheer size. Inside is an excellent collection of art and an ongoing exhibition on the basilica's history. The picture of Christ giving his blessing, which hangs above the altar, is by Georges Min. Check out the number 1 places in our list, Château Royal. Although the Château Royal, home of the Belgian royal family, is not open to the public, the park surrounding it at Laeken is. There are delightful footpaths and some attractions worth seeing, such as the monument to Leopold I at the center of the circular flower bed in front of the palace. The Japanese Tower, in the northernmost corner of the park, was originally built for the Paris exhibition of 1900. The hothouses, erected in Leopold II's time, are the highlight of the gardens and are open to the public during April and May when many of the plants are in flower. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite things to do in Brussels? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.